Alright guys, so I'm going to make a monitor taming video. A few things to say real fast before I get started. After I made the video on the Savannah monitor care sheet, I had a bunch of people sending me messages, asking me more questions, and that's great. You know, I've helped a bunch of people out. They've sent me private messages. So if you have any extra questions, please send them. You know, I'm always down to help people out when it comes to taking care of the reptiles. You know, you have to learn from somewhere. So don't be embarrassed to ask any kind of questions. Second of all, I haven't had that many monitors. I'm not an expert in taming monitors, but you know, I'm going to show you what's worked in my experience over the past few years with the few that I've had. First thing I'm going to say though is when you get a monitor, they can be tamed down, of course, but a lot of them just don't want to tame down. You know, it's just kind of the natural instinct of monitors to be mean. So now, when you get a monitor, don't get it expecting it to become some puppy dog tame animal. You know, you have to get it knowing that it might not ever tame down, and you know, it's fine if it doesn't. You know, it's not a bad animal because it doesn't tame down. You know, you still have to make sure and take care of it, and just like you would any other animal. Just like my black tree right here, you can see it there. I might even be able to tame it down. It's not mean like most monitors might be, but it's just really nervous, and if I open the cage, it runs around. You know, that's fine. It's just going to stress it out if I hold it, so I don't even try to tame it down. I'm just, you know, letting it be and enjoy watching it. My Savannah monitor is very tame. When I got him, he was not very tame. But generally with Savannahs, especially after if you give them the proper husbandry and let them grow up a little bit, they kind of tend to tame down a little bit on their own. The first rule of taming down a monitor is not to force anything. If you force it to let you hold it, you know, that's not going to help out. It's just kind of going to resent that, I guess, a little bit more. You have to be easy. You know, you have to take it day by day. You know, it'll take months to tame it down. As you can see, my Savannah, well, he's kind of in feeding mode right now, but he's very tame. You know, I can come in here and pet him. I can let him, other than the fact that he goes to the bathroom on the ground, I could let him walk around my apartment, you know, with no problem, and I don't have to worry about him biting me or whipping me or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to show you an example using my Nile if I can. I've been trying to tame down my Nile monitor. I'm not taming it down so that I can hold it or anything like that. It's just when it gets bigger, I would rather not have to worry about it, you know, biting my hand off every time I go inside the enclosure. So yeah, here we go. This is what I've been doing. I open up the cage and I put my hand in. Hopefully he does not try to bite me. I just let him get used to being around my hand. That's all I do. See, I can reach him further, and it'll make him a little bit mad. I've even gotten to the point, see, I can touch him, and he's fine as long as I don't make any fast movements. I don't grab him. I don't try to hold him. That's all I do. If he seems to get really nervous, I pull my hand back. Because if you're making him nervous and making him freak out, you're only backtracking and making it take even longer. So this is the main method that I've used right here. Is just putting my hand in the cage, letting them smell it, letting them get used to it. You know, I don't directly reach in and try to grab them or touch them. You know, I just let them get used to me. I found this works. I've been doing this with him for often, you know, probably around 5 months. I do it at least 3 or 4 times a week, and he still will not let me hold him. So it's a very, very, very slow process. You know, don't expect to see improvement every day or really even every week. You know, it's what you have to do. Another method that I've heard someone say is if you have a large room that you could let the monitor run around in, first you have to make sure that there's no cracks that it can get up into or anything like that that it can hide in, but just let it walk around the room. You know, don't follow it, don't annoy it, just kind of sit in the room and let it walk around and let it get used to being around you without you messing with it, and that'll just help it get used to your presence. And then kind of, slowly starting to move in a little bit day by day, get closer to it, have a little bit more interaction with it. But basically the worst thing you can do is go in and grab it and hold it in your hand and just force it to stay in your hand. That's the worst possible thing you could do. He's over here. He's getting a little bit upset, but and this is all I do every day, and it's slow progress, but it's working. You don't want to pin him in a corner or anything. I mean, I could come in here and start grabbing him, and it would completely erase all the hard work I've done towards taming him. It would send him straight back to not liking me. That's just kind of what you have to do, is slow, step-by-step kind of thing. Sorry I don't really know a whole lot more about taming them. Like I said, I haven't really tamed down all that many. But that's how I did it. The Savannah didn't take near as long to tame down. They're kind of naturally more... Niles are just kind of known as being the nastiest of the monitors, pretty much, other than maybe croc monitors. But Savannahs do tame down pretty easy. So that's what I would recommend doing. If he starts hissing, even if you're not touching him, if he starts hissing and pitching a fit, take your hand out. Don't do it for an hour a day. That'll stress him out. Just put your hand in there for like 5 minutes maybe. And then just leave him alone the rest of the day and let him do his thing. They'll get used to you. So, any other specific questions, ask me. I might be able to help you out. But other than that, yeah, that's just kind of what I've done. Just expect it to be a long journey. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. But it will, in a way, it kind of helps you bond more with the animal going through this with it, so whenever it does tame down, you've kind of got more of a connection with the monitor than you would if it was just automatically tame, in my opinion. So anyway, it's a lot of fun, just enjoy the interaction you can get with it.